السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. We're just gonna wait a minute for some more people to arrive, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Can you hear me, by the way? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. What do you mean? What do you mean I said no live stream? I think on Instagram yesterday I put out a post just saying that I couldn't do one yesterday, but yeah. Yeah, on Insta I put one out yesterday saying that I couldn't do it yesterday because I normally do it on Sundays. Normally we do the live stream on Sundays, but yesterday I couldn't make it. Yeah, I had a million things to do yesterday. Not a million, but I had just a really full day yesterday and didn't get the chance. But how are you anyway, akhi? How are you? Bismillah. How are you guys doing? I'm gonna start in a minute. See if anyone else wants to come and join us this afternoon or this evening by now. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. I'm a little bit stressed at the moment, but alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Just busy, alhamdulillah. Yeah, just busy. That's it, really. I'm aching a lot today. I had my first wrestling class yesterday. Never done wrestling before, but yeah, I've done a fair bit. I say a fair bit, a few months of jiu-jitsu, but I'd never done wrestling before, and I just got battered. I got beaten up for 2 hours. Yeah, but family are well, alhamdulillah. Little Yusuf's well, alhamdulillah. His mum's doing well. We have our 20-week scan for our second baby on Wednesday, inshallah, so really excited about that. There was just a question, I didn't see the exact wording of it, it's disappeared now, but tips to improve your speaking. Develop a habit of speaking to yourself. I think that's a really good habit. Get into the habit of speaking to yourself a lot. Depends on the resources around you. If you are in an Arab country, then it's not as simple as just saying you need to speak to people. You need to not only make the effort to speak to people, but speak to people about a range of different conversations. A lot of people think that as long as they just turn up in an Arab country, then they'll automatically learn Arabic. But there needs to be a lot more of an active process than that. Students need to develop their vocab and stuff for a particular kind of conversation, and then go and have that particular kind of conversation. Yeah. So it depends on where you are, I guess, really. Other than that, make use of other media that you have available online and stuff, like videos and stuff like that. Make use of that stuff. There's a really good series called Ulama ul-Muslimin, Muslim scientists, Al-Ulama ul-Muslimin. Muslim scientists, is like 10 series or whatever, and the Arabic is just really accessible. So that's a good one to listen to and to watch. And also depends on your level of Arabic, actually, because if you're a real beginner, I'd say don't even speak yet. A lot of the time I think it actually works best for people just not to speak until they've got the right vote, like they've got a decent amount of grammar down, because sometimes students get into reeling off phrases in conversations and stuff that are wrong. So so sometimes building a speaking habit is not a really good idea. So basically this week's Arabist Digest was on raising children, raising your children to speak Arabic. Because a lot of people ask me about that, because obviously with our child, wa alaikum salam, Muhammad. Obviously, with our child, with our son Yusuf, we've got a few different languages going on at home. Obviously, I'm a native English speaker. Obviously, English is my first language. For my wife, Arabic is her first language, but not her strongest by any means. It's her first language, but sign language is actually her best language. And then also we speak Somali at home as well. So Arabic's kind of in the jumble and stuff as well. So there's sort of three main things I wanted to talk about in this digest. And the first one was about managing your expectations. The next one was some practical little things depending on what your situation is with your family. And then I wanted to introduce you to a little organization called Arabic Seeds because I really like what they do. So, so your expectations, okay, right? So, I think a lot of the time, especially among people like families who only speak English, I think sometimes they assume that if we learn Arabic, it will be just as easy as just speaking Arabic at home. But like, it takes quite a lot of. It's really like mentally taxing to actually implement spoken Arabic in your everyday life if you're not a native speaker. I remember being at college and meeting like my languages teachers and stuff, and like I had this Spanish teacher, and she was obviously fluent in Spanish, so was her husband, but they weren't Spanish though. They were English people who had learned Spanish, and when I remember meeting their daughters couldn't speak Spanish. I remember thinking, why don't they just speak Spanish at home? Like they could have just raised their kids speaking Spanish. But really, like in the comfort of your own home, it really takes some real effort consistently for you to be speaking a language that isn't your first language in your own home. Like it is really challenging for your brain to use a language that isn't your first language. Like it's actually, I imagine it's actually pretty stressful on your brain sometimes. Like I know that actually learning a language is really good for your brain, and like it is a good thing generally for your mental health. But obviously, like when you grow up, you've obviously relied on this language your whole life, and all of your communication has depended on it. And then all of a sudden, you're imposing it upon yourself to use a language that you don't actually need for your survival and stuff, right? Like it can be quite stressful, really, on your brain, and I think it's unrealistic to expect people to actually be able to use that in their homes. So manage your expectations, right? Like if like understand that it's going to take some real some real active efforts on your part to actually be able to implement that in your home. So cool. So that was the first thing. Um, yeah, I mean, another thing is that you need to kind of make use of other kinds of Arabic resources that are around and stuff as well, because I mentioned in the digest this week that your children reach an age where they understand that you know English before they reach the age that they're fluent in Arabic, right? So like let's take my son for example, my son Yusuf, like he's 2 now. He's not really at an age where he's fluent in Arabic, but he is at an age where he knows that everyone speaks English, right? So like he knows that he can talk to me in English and I'll understand him because it's much easier for my son to speak English than it is for him to speak Arabic. Obviously, just because like all of my family who are white British, they all only speak English, and all the TV's in English. Whenever we go out shopping or anything, everyone's speaking English. And like my son's of an age where he understands that if I pretend I don't know Arabic, that's not gonna fly. Do you know what I mean? Like he knows that I understand English, right? So like he gets to an age where where it can't just be me that he's relying on for his Arabic anymore. Like there needs to be in the article I say like decentralized Arabic input, but that really just means that it's not only dependent on you. Like foster an environment, inshallah, where like there's TV that's in Arabic and stuff. So long as it's good TV. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of bad and harmful TV out there. Uh, yeah, and really that's the crux of it. I don't think we need to go into more detail than that, really, inshallah, because I'm going to put the blog out soon anyway. And then I just wanted to introduce you to a company called Arabic Seeds. I've personally spoken to the founders of it, or at least one of the founders of them, of Arabic Seeds. It's a husband and wife couple, and they just create really nice resources that families can use at home to teach their kids Arabic. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. They have printables, they have a membership, they have all kinds of stuff really. They have little poems in Arabic, and I know that they're both like native level speakers, even though the mum isn't an Arab, I don't think. And so yeah, they've got a lot of kind of expertise in you know, raising Arabic speaking children, even if you're not Arabic speakers yourselves. So that's kind of the crux of it. The all of the details and stuff I'm going to start putting on my blog soon, because I do have a blog. I have a Medium blog, but I just haven't used it for ages. There's a couple of articles on there. You know, there's a few on. If you go to like medium.com and then look for Arabic with Sam, you'll find my blog on there. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting these on there, I think, inshallah, because you know, so that other people can get all of the details and stuff as we go. So yeah, didn't want to go too deep into that because I'm going to be putting on the blog soon anyway. So all we'll do now is we'll just have a little conversation. Me and you guys, I'll pull you in a little bit. So yeah, so if there are questions, fire away. Fire away, inshallah. Yeah, a little update for those of you who are on the 60 Steps program who are here. Wa alaikum salam, Omar. Omar, stick around actually, Omar, because you sent me an Instagram question not so long ago. I'm gonna get another phone. I'm just gonna log into Instagram here, Omar, and I'm gonna find your question. I'll answer it for you, inshallah. Because I know you wrote me a question and you very considerately said that it'd be okay if I answered it in Instagram live, and then I didn't get round to it. But yeah, Omar, I'm very well, alhamdulillah. How are you, akhi? Wa alaikum salam. Okay, Omar, I'm gonna look for your question, bro. Hold on a minute. No, it's not necessary to have. No, yeah, Muhammad, I'm speaking to you, Nakhi. It's not necessary to have here in Aina here ummuk. It's a bit like saying where she is, where she is your mum. Just Aina ummuk is fine. Yeah, Omar, I'm gonna look for your question now, inshallah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this is a little while ago. It's actually about, I don't know, 5 days ago that Omar sent me this question, actually, inshallah. There's so it's a little conjugation table, right, Omar, that you're doing for me here. So it looks like you're doing a table, but you've put cases, so like مرفوع منصوب and majroor, but you don't have all of those cases for the mudari'. You only have مرفوع and منصوب. There's no such thing as a فعل مجرور. There's no such thing as that. You know, because you know, if you think about it, you can't really have a preposition before a fi'l, before a verb. You couldn't say something like fi, you know, fi yaktubu, and then make it fi yaktubi. You know, there's no majroor. So let me look at the ones that you've got anyway. So yeah, but so for enti tektubina, which you've written here, that's right, yeah. Enti tektubina. I don't know if you can see that, but enti tektubina. But entum, you put tektubina as well, but it wouldn't be tektubuna. It would be tektubuna. That una on the end is the way that you make the verbs plural. Yeah, be tektubuna in that case. The two that are the same, what you might be thinking of, is in the singular. If we use kataba as an example, because that's one that you've used, we have like katab, no, yaktubu, tektubu. So we have like hiya tektubu and anta tektubu. Here and enter are the same in the mudari'. Here and enter are the same in the mudari'. So tektubu, that might be what you're thinking of there, inshallah. What's next? Next one is, so why does the phrase lillahi al-azim, in this phrase, nadaytu lillahi al-azim, because it's lillahi al-azim, and Allahu al-azim is that would be the phrase, but it's lillahi al-azim. That's why it's lillahi al-azimi. Yeah, because there's a little li. Quite often with the word for Allah, you know, it's often when there are prepositions at the beginning, it kind of confuses people when it's like billah or lillah. Yeah, that often confuses people. Cool. I hope that answers your questions, Akhi. I know it's a little while ago, so you might have worked it out by now, but yeah. So yeah. Oh wait, I can watch myself live. That's weird, isn't it? On the phone, I've got a notification saying Sam is live. I write a question to myself from a different YouTube account. So yeah, plurals can take una or ina if it's nouns, not plurals of verbs though. Yeah, and that is depending on the case. Let me have a look at this. Let me have a look at what your question actually was. So I think what you've done is you've tried to apply the jam'u salim, the sound plural endings of una and ina to verbs. Yeah, so you've got the endings right. You've got the endings right that it is ina or una for the marfu' and then ina for the mansub or the majroor. But that's only for nouns. For verbs, you don't do like that. Yeah, so if instead of having tektubu, if we're going to have katib, for example, katibuna would be the marfu' and then katibina and katibina for the mansub and the majroor. That's what it'd be. Yeah, but that's not with verbs. You do see ina with enti. So like tektubina is actually like the enti tektubina, you singular, feminine, right? So you do see the ina in that case, but not for plurals. Yeah, that's all it is, Akhi. Yeah, that's right. Send some other examples to me, inshallah, and I'll do my best to have a look at them for you. Cool. Oh, by the way, book 4 is in the resources library, by the way, and the videos will be in today or tomorrow. I'll at least put the first 5 in today, so you guys get your teeth stuck into them, and yeah, then the others will be tomorrow, inshallah. Yeah, lesson 46 is adjectives and the hal clause. Lesson 47 is on the evocative and the 5 nouns. Yeah, النداء والأسماء الخمسة. Lesson 48 is on لا النافية للجنس, as in لا إله إلا الله, and as in لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Step 49 is on temyiz. We have talked about temyiz before, but next lesson is on a little construction where we use amma and then fa, really short one. That's just a little chance to practice some vocab, really. Next one is the step after that, step 51, is about using iya. You might have heard of iyaka, and yeah, iyaka and iyaya and iyahum and yeah, iyaki and iyaha is about those. And then the last bit of grammar that we do, oh no, that's the last bit of grammar, and then we go into the last lessons. We go into Meccan Quran, Medini Quran, Hadith, newspapers, classical poetry, Middle Ages poetry, modern poetry, reading historical texts, and travel writings. In the historical text one, we do a little passage from Baladhari's Futuh al-Buldan. We do that's the text that we do in historical texts. And then in travel writings, we do something from my favorite Ibn Jubayr, and we also do something from the travel writings of Ahmed ibn Fadlan. It's pretty good. Some good stuff in there. Hope you guys are looking forward to that in book 4. Book 4 is completely in Arabic as well. It's pretty insane, really. It's pretty crazy. It's you guys will enjoy it. Yeah, book 4, completely in Arabic. In the original Arabic in 60 Steps program, no, nothing's in Facebook for it. So you won't miss out on anything if you don't have Facebook. This is the book 4. Look at all that Arabic. When we go right down to the bottom, we just got whole texts, whole poems that we're going to be analysing together. Complete texts, all in Arabic. All of these. We do some Al-Mutanabbi. We do some Nizar Qabbani. Yeah, we do all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So how are you guys? Parents, walidani. Walidaini is in the other, yeah. Walidani and then walidaini. Walidani is marfu' and walidaini is mansub and majroor. Oh, found it. From that little passage, it doesn't look like it should be. Doesn't look like it should be walidayka. Just from that little passage there, it just looks like it should be hal walidayka. Where should I start from? Yeah, if you're in the 60 Steps program, yeah, you start from step 1. Yeah, lillah, yeah, called out to Allah. I mean, yeah, li is quite often for, but, you know, in this case it's better translated as to. In fact, with it, you don't actually need li. Um, إذ نادى ربه أني مسني الضر. There's many times in the Quran when you don't actually need lih in there as well. You can just, if you do nida, you can just say you just say nada rabbahu. You know, you just say you called out Allah or called out his Lord or whatever. You can use that too. Wa alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam. I'm exhausted. I don't know if it's just because I hadn't really done much exercise for ages, and then I went to wrestling and I'm aching everywhere. When do you use ana in a sentence? So yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Usually, if you're saying a verb, you very rarely need to say ana ashrabu shay or ana, ana akulu, whatever, right? You don't. You can just say akulu or katabtu or abadtu or whatever verb you're using. But yeah, I mean, it's a tool that's used for other things. I mean, it's not always used with a verb. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you use it. So, when we use a phrase, say when we learn about phrases and we do something like the man is tall, الرجل طويل, the man a tall. With these pronouns, they are inherently definite. So these pronouns can take the place of that first word. So rather than saying الرجل, you can just say huwa or ana or here. So where we have, الرجل طويل, the man is tall, we can say أنا طويل, I am a tall one, or أنا قصير, I'm a short one, yeah, or أنا صغير, I'm small or whatever, أنا ذكي. So it's not only with verbs, you would use أنا, to make phrases and sentences and stuff without verbs in as well. As well, apologies to you guys that this month, March, has been a bit quiet, hasn't it? Like here on the YouTube channel and stuff. I remember in January and February, like I was proper on it with like putting out content every single day on YouTube. But with this month, with March, just with changing over to the new program, there was just a million things, that I had to do this month. So we still keep the pillars here, right? Like we do the Arabist Digest, do a couple of lives a week. We do the walkthroughs on Wednesdays and we do the podcast. We still keep those pillars, but hopefully in April, inshallah, we can up the game a little bit more and go back to doing stuff every single day. Yeah, that's a really good sort of fiqhy question, actually, Muhammad. So yeah, that's so for the rest of you, I'll summarize the question for you. Obviously in my program, one of the main goals is independence in Arabic. So students getting to a level in Arabic where they don't need English anymore. Do you know what I mean? They can at least express their ideas and stuff like that, and they can interact with the Quran directly without the need of a translation and stuff. And Muhammad's asking the question, how far are we allowed to explain the meanings of words in Hadith and Quran to people who don't know Arabic? So that is, that's that's important to think about. You know what I mean? Like it's not for us. We're not of a level where we can take it upon ourselves to translate the Quran or Hadith in and of themselves. Do you know what I mean? That's why, like usually when I do my walkthroughs on Wednesdays, because at the moment I'm doing a series on Hadith at the moment, and I'll always have the writer's translation up there as well. because that's obviously a translation that's been published, and and other scholars and stuff have agreed to that translation and stuff. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's best to kind of quote a translation that is kind of authenticated and stuff. Um, but you obviously you do have the ability, and you do have the level to talk through it word by word. Do you know what I mean? Like you are of a level when you can talk about individual words, but it is a different level to yeah. So that's quite different to sitting down and like offering your own translation of the Quran. That's you need to tread really carefully when you do that. So, mm, yeah, I didn't mean in indefinite phrases for us to use ana. What I actually meant was in a jumla ismiya, in a noun sentence where you're saying like I, ana, which is definite in and of itself, and then a whatever, yeah. And mudarrisun, I am a teacher. That's a jumla ismiya, yeah. And in that, the adjective that we're using, or the thing that I am being, is yeah, is indefinite. There's a question about advice for speaking exam. I can't help you, sorry. Walaalo iska waran. Waan fiicanahay ilaah mahadii. Fiicantahiin. But any other literature is fair game. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah. Yeah, there aren't like you offering a translation that you think fits for a poem written by Ahmed Matar or Nizar Qabbani. That doesn't have you know implications on the aqidah of the believers. Do you know what I mean? You know. So yeah, it's. Khair inshallah. Oh man, for those of you like Mohammed and other guys of you who are coming onto the new program, we've got someone who's kind of a big deal. Be one of the mentors, inshallah. I had to ask him very, very nicely, and to mentor some of the students is going to be none other than the one and only brother Ismail Beaumont, yeah, the founder of Maysor Arabic. May Allah bless that brother. He's agreed to mentor some of my students, inshallah, on the new 60 Steps program. So yeah, yeah, it's cool, isn't it? It's very cool. He's a graduate from the University of Medina. Like, it's serious business that we've got brothers like him. There's a couple of other brothers who I went to uni with who were like the top of our class, and I was trying to get them to. Hopefully, one of them will. There's a brother who's in a lower year than me, called In'am, who like just serious ninja at Arabic, mashallah. And then there was a guy in who was in my year, but he was older than me. He was older than us, called Mustafa, and yeah, he was like the go-to guy for Arabic in my year. Um, yeah, and hopefully he will be one of the mentors. I'm not sure how many students he'll take for me, but brother Ismail from Maysor Arabic, Yeah, he's agreed to take some of the students, inshallah, which is you know, a huge honor. Yeah, so it's that's really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna read that out for everyone, inshallah, just so that other people can be aware of what I'm about to speak about. Two sort of competitors working together. If it was purely business, then yeah, I guess. But we're not competitors. We're collaborators. Do you know what I mean? We both have the same objective. We are in service to these students, and that's it. You know. We are in service to the Arabic students when we can work together. There have been times in, like, I have my own program, right, that I sell and that I try to make a living from and stuff. And despite that, I tell other people to do his program. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we're kind of, we're not like strict, aggressive competitors against one another. It's just about giving the Arabic students what's best for them. That's all that matters. It's not really competition between us. And also, like, we believe in an abundance, isn't it? There's plenty of students out there. Do you know what I mean? As long as we're serving them, that's all that matters. No, I've not had the pleasure of actually going to meet him at all. We speak quite a lot, brother Ismail and myself. Yeah, we speak quite a lot. Yeah, voice messages and that back and forth, helping each other out with building our programs and reaching out to new students and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a real blessing to have someone of that sort of knowledge. You know. What else can I do for you guys while we're here? So yeah, supplemental resources for the 60 Steps program. In terms of reading, قصص النبيين, definitely. If you're in the first book, for sure. For sure. And then in terms of listening, watch the Al-Ulama al-Muslimin series on YouTube. They're in Arabic. Yeah, those are really good. Also in the bonus resources, there's a playlist on verb conjugations as well. Yeah, so that'll be useful as well, inshallah. And then around that, just whatever you're really fascinated by. Do you know what I mean? Like I like combat sports and stuff. So like when I'm practicing my Arabic, like I'll just listen to some podcasts or whatever about UFC and Arabic or whatever, and yeah. So that helps me. Whatever you're actually interested in English, use that for motivation to learn to read about something in Arabic too. What would you say the most challenging part about learning Arabic is? I would say, good question. Um, the most challenging part. I don't know really. I don't know. Let me have a think about that. I'll come back to it. Hey, we've got someone new come. I'm really sorry if I mispronounced your name. Is it pronounced Darren Ramsey? Darren. Go to my website, arabicwithsam.com, or my actual program's website is arabic in60steps.com. You can just go straight to that, inshallah, if you want. Yeah. Yeah, my actual course has its own website, Arabic in 60 steps, as in 60. Not don't write out 60 as in, SIX, blah blah. 60 as in 60. I don't think it's Gordon Ramsay. I don't think it's Gordon Ramsay on yeah. Yeah, I trained BJJ, yeah. I'm not that good. Like I'm not even a blue belt, but like yeah, I like it. So yeah, going back to yeah, I saw Muhammad's reply on like the hardest thing about Arabic, and the first thing that came to my head is implementing the consistency for sure. Um, um, no way, I've got someone who's a black belt. We're not worthy of your presence, guys. Most of you out there have no idea how hard it is to become a black belt in BJJ. Like honestly, so I know some people who are black belts in some martial arts, and like they went once a week for like a few years, and they're black belts. You know what I mean? Like to be a black belt in BJJ, like you're needing to go 4 or 5 times a week for 10 years or something like that. And you live in Dubai. I know, like in the UAE, like BJJ is big out in the UAE, isn't it? I know you got a big competition out there, the Abu Dhabi or something. There's a big competition, isn't there, every year? Um, yeah. Just thinking about what the hardest thing is about Arabic. Like, so there is an answer for like the hardest part, the hardest bit of grammar. I'd say that the hardest bit of like grammar is probably the numbers. Um, the numbers are, yeah, the numbers are probably the funkiest bit of grammar that I can think of. But then actually, once you know all of the stuff and you practice implementing the stuff enough, it is really just being consistent. Now that's hard. Like even with, I'm not a hafiz of the Quran yet, but I've done about 10 juz. And like I find even with that, like the hardest part isn't memorizing it, it's the keeping it. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know, like I'm only a third of the way to memorizing the whole Quran, and like if I'm not, but if I'm not practicing every day, or I'm not using the gaps in my day to like go over the stuff, I'll forget it. You know what I mean? And Arabic can be like that. If you don't use it, you lose it. It's one of those kind of things. Like being an Arabic speaker as well as being a Hafiz is a lifestyle. It's not a, it's not just an achievement. Oh, welcome to my world, man. Sometimes I find people wanting to learn Arabic can't decide between MSA or dialect. I spend so much of my life explaining to people what the difference is and trying to explain to beginner students what all these different terms are. Like, when a student starts wanting to learn Arabic, everything I do is standard Arabic. Yeah, my course is standard Arabic. Yeah, yeah. But honestly, like I spend so much of my life explaining to students what they all are, and really, yeah, yeah, and my work is for people who are interested in learning standard Arabic. Like I can't spend my life trying to convert people. Do you know what I mean? If people are set on wanting to speak really quickly and learn a specific dialect to go on holiday and order a cup of tea, then my program is not right for you, really. Um, yeah, like my program's right for people who want a lifelong, deep, and enriching understanding of the Arabic language in a very complete sense. Like want to be able to access literature, want to be able to access history, and then also have a strong foundation for when you learn other stuff. I think it's good for students to learn dialects as well. Guys, my son's crying. I'm gonna go check on him in a minute. All right, Assalamu alaikum, guys. Check in a bit. Catch you.